So here we are, Insidious Gaming versus Front Mission, and we're taking a look at the Insidious Gaming side here, playing as the blue team to the west, whereas their opponents, Front Mission, playing as the yellow team to the east.
Yeah, taking a quick look at the tank lineup, pretty much identical tank setups coming out from both teams, except only one tank is different. On the Front Mission side, they did go with that Pershing, which is of course a medium tank. That's the only team we actually see use that Pershing.
Yeah, I mean, Calliope seems really to favor that tank over the T69, which is kind of surprising. I mean, statistically wise, yeah, most teams, I mean all teams, as a matter of fact, prefer the T69 medium. But the Pershing really, like we had said,
honestly.
yeah, no, I mean, like we had said last week, except for that autoloader, it's actually an overall better tank than its T69 counterpart in terms of like hull armor.
Shot.
Yeah, in terms of damage, or in terms of penetration, armor, etc. Even like in terms of acceleration, I think both tanks are pretty similar. But yes, overall like a sturdier tank, I have to say.
Definitely so.
But just lacking that autoloader, so it lacks in versatility, tactically wise. But yeah, nevertheless, a great tank.
I think this Pershing is more like a heavier tank, whereas the T69 is more mobile and it has more maneuverability, so you can play it more like a lighter or elite scout. Whereas the Pershing is more of just like a kind of a medium to backline.
It's a very capable tank when it comes to camping, but yeah, I join you on that in the sense that yeah, the T69 does allow you for a wider palette of tactical possibilities. Well, I mean, so right now Insidious Gaming quite.
Yeah, they're actually moving out just a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're squatting
that
that northern pass to the western side, getting really dangerously close to the middle. They weren't challenged because nobody like decided to squat that middle peninsula to the water, except for two tanks. But they didn't get like any shots fired as the Insidious tanks were going up north. So
Front Mission have a really defensive setup right now. They have two of their tanks back at their base, and they have two of their tanks down towards the central hilltop area. But those tanks are not even in position to fire down shots onto any tanks on the northern side because they're right there at the way southern part of that hilltop, and the only way they're going to get shots off is if they move out to that more northern pass. But at this moment right now, really very defensive setup.
Yes, indeed, and right now, well, we've got Nisa just scouting ahead with his WZ-132 to the northern side of the airfield. We've got all the other heavy tanks squatting that northern pass, and they're gradually pushing as well. So
oh no, they're really close to Calliope right now. If they turn this rock here, they're gonna spot Calliope, and he could be in some trouble right now.
He already spotted. He actually was already spotted. He was just hiding. I think he's just being on the hunt right now. And well, when it comes to Insidious Gaming, they can advance without being challenged at this point because, well, pretty much all the Front Mission tanks are scattered. I'm kind of doubtful of the strategy there. I think they're just maybe waiting for the opponents to really go in deep to launch an offensive of their own, or perhaps like just try to trap them in a surrounding maneuver. That's possible because of the two tanks down south.
Yeah, Panda or that guy's being spotted right there.
Exactly, but I do doubt the well, pretty much the efficiency of such tactic, though. They're gonna have to time this really well because right now all the four heavy tanks on the Insidious side are clustered together, and Insidious Gaming is a team that performs really well when it comes to trading damage and micromanagement in battle. So Front Mission really playing a dangerous game here.
Yeah, definitely. So if Insidious Gaming decide to push, I mean, although Front Mission should be able to at least trade fairly evenly, I mean, unless they completely miss all of their shots, but I mean, just by their positioning, I mean, although they do have two of their heavy tanks towards that central southern hilltop area, those tanks will be able to come back and defend that in reasonable time. I mean, they should be able to make it back before Insidious Gaming can completely dominate those three tanks up there. But at the same time, if Front Mission, don't position, starting from now, to try and stop this push, then they're most likely going to be at the back front or at the back foot once this engagement actually happens. So really it's going to come down to how Front Mission positions before the fight happens, and then it's going to come down to how Insidious Gaming actually push.
Well, exactly. Look at that. This guy is taking some damage here. That was courtesy of Boom TH. But earlier on, we did see Calliope taking some splash damage too as well on his MX-50. There you go, like here on screen.
Pershing.
On his Pershing, yeah, sorry about that. So about 200 hit points just taking out of each, nothing too major. We're dead even so far in this opening set. And you know what, actually front missions like positioning right now not really allowing Insidious Gaming to push, because if they do so they would have to compromise the defense of their own base. And besides, that sheer wall where Calliope is actually squatting is providing excellent cover fire as well, so it would be very risky for Nisa and his mates to actually charge in here. Nisa that actually did take some damage.
He traded some damage to top.
Right, but that's an unfair exchange because he's riding a 132, so even a small hit is seriously compromising his chance of survival.
Yeah, so some more long-range poking going on right now. I think front mission are actually, I mean, they're still kind of even. I mean, just flat hit points wise, like just the flat denomination wise, yeah, still pretty even. Both teams trading shots quite evenly right now. But honestly, if front mission take advantage of this and they use those two T-32s down at the hilltop area and they kind of swoop around, or
they could go for a flank at this point.
Yeah, they definitely could, because there's no, I mean, they have, Insidious Gaming do have scouts over there towards their base, but it's only T1s. So, I mean, they most likely will be spotted if they try and go for a push, but the fact that all of Insidious Gaming members are up there in the Northern Pass, even though they spot those T-32s coming around, it's not like they can, you know, completely turn around and go for that, because if they do, then those two AIM-50s plus that Pershing can come around from the front.
That's true. Once again, it's a very ambitious sort of tactical setup here.
It's going to be very risky if front mission decides to do that, and honestly, I can't see them actually pulling that off, just due to the fact that of how they're positioned and just looking by their small movements.
They're actually really far from each other.
Yeah,
if they decide to go for an encircling maneuver, they're going to be. It's going to take them a while to get eyes on target, and that actually might be to the benefit of the Insidious attacking Insidious tanks. However, we're not there just yet either, because, you know, when it comes to Insidious Gaming, yes, they do have the advantage in terms of numbers, but their positioning is not adequate for a push right now. They did suffer a lot of damage just walking alongside, I mean, like rolling alongside that northern path bridge. So, which is probably why they're deciding not to push. And you know what? The way we're heading out right now, I mean, we can see that both T1s on the front mission side have been committed to the water. So the T1s have spotted one another to the western base, but right now, considering the time that's left, it's only like 2 minutes and a half. Unless something drastic happens very, very soon, I don't see this situation getting deadlocked.
Well, we could see it in Insidious Gaming push here, because they have spotted two of those tanks down the southern part of the map. So if those heavier tanks up there towards the northern pass go right now, they can really, really easily overtake the front mission base, because there's only two tanks over there.
Yeah, but they don't know that, because they haven't spotted the Pershing. They're still believing that the Pershing.
They saw the Pershing and the T-32.
Oh, and the T-32.
Yeah,
so okay.
yeah.
So yeah, they might as well go for it. But I think they're just gonna spread their forces and send like a couple of their tanks to defend. And I think they're sending like the MX-50s out like to defend. Yeah, the MX-50s are.
All they gotta send back is just one tank, though, honestly. Oh, and the T1 goes down. So front mission losing. Oh, and Calliope taking a lot of damage right now. He has to be careful.
Yeah, and you gotta watch out
because
I am Sudamsian is coming to finish him off actually. So he's really gotta watch out. You got Elite and
oh no, 38 health on Calliope.
Yeah, he's in a world of trouble, and a minute 30 is plenty of enough time to actually take him out of this set as well. So he's gotta. His teammates have to protect him quite desperately so right now, because one shot will finish him off. He's definitely trying to hide as best as he can, shutting off that angle.
Oh, but here comes Ripper here, trying to come here with his other AIM-50 with top, trying to go for a surrounding move here onto Insidious Gaming here. Guys is down to about 900 health, so he's gonna get taken out a lot faster than maybe Ripper. But look at Ripper taking so much damage.
He's facing two tanks though as well, and he's coming. Who've got the elevation, so it's not a walk in the park. And look at that, you got both Elite and I'm Sudamsian like coming to help him out.
Might get taken out first though. He is trying to get Guys. Guys does go down right there. So they do manage to come out on top on that trade, but they do manage to trade evenly.
Yeah, but Ripper's going to go down. Ripper goes down, so that's giving them the tier point advantage with 40 seconds to go here. I really think Insidious Gaming is going to take this.
Yeah, I have to agree with you completely. There's only about 30 seconds left remaining here. Boom just missed one shot, a pretty crucial shot if you ask me. If he got that shot to Nisa, yeah, Nisa would have been one shot away from dying, but the base capture is also not happening.
Yeah, and look at Calliope down to 38 hit points with his base capture, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
The base capture, there's still like a minute left on that base capture,
And
whereas
it's only 15
yeah,
seconds.
exactly. And
Yeah.
look at that, Panda Eye is probably gonna go down here too.
Their only chances to tie this up here.
Yeah, they won't, because look
Yeah,
at
but
Panda
Panda
Eye.
Eye's gonna go down.
Look at Panda Eye, one more
Yeah,
shot,
yeah,
there
there
you
he
go,
goes.
he goes down. So even if they do manage to take out Ritz, which they won't, yeah, it's pretty
Actually, they might be
comfortable.
able to. Who might be able to get him?